Hey, what's up, everyone? So, with the Australia release, Build Agent is now able to edit files in the global scope. So, you can now go and edit all of your applications that are in the global scope. And this is a very big feature unlock to me. The person who told me about this, one of our team members here, he said that virtually all of his work, with all of his applications, is now happening within Build Agent, and he really loves it because you don't have to go out of the instance. You can build skills and so forth. So I tried to experiment with this myself, and you can see on the screen I have the agile story form, and I got Build Agent to add a field here called the built by Build Agent yes no choice field. And this is just an out of the box application which is not built in Fluent at all. So this is a globally scoped application. And the way you can go and do this now is I went to the studio and I just gave it a little prompt saying, can you add a field on the agile story form called built by Build Agent? And it'll have two options, yes or no. So I deliberately, just because I wanted to see what happens, did not talk about what table, what scope, etc. And then the first sort of clarifying question was, oh, does this need to be a new application, or can I work in the global scope? Select an existing application. So here, of course, you want it to work in the global scope. So that's what I selected, and then it set the scope. And this is important because while it is doing this, it also needs to create update sets and things like this. So the scope is important, and so that's what it did. Then a 3-step plan. First plan is to just gather context about the story table. So it correctly identified that it has to build that, and then read the Fluent documentation to see what needs to be done to add the choice column. Then create the Fluent file. So even though the app is not in Fluent, it will first create a Fluent file and then execute that to generate ServiceNow metadata, which is what it also does when you have a Fluent application, and then build and deploy the change, of course. So first interesting thing I saw here was, while it is executing its plan, is it is activating the table skill. So the table skill, you may have seen this before as well, is to create a new table or add column to a new table, extending an existing table, etc. So of course here we are adding a column, and then there's a resource. So the resource is the knowledge base that it has. Perhaps that's the most correct way to explain that or understand that. And it's reading this resource. And one of the things I found interesting here is it's talking about something called augment. And I believe augment here, where did it go? Activate the skill. Okay, after the skill comes the resource. Yeah, here, augment. And I shouldn't be like too trigger happy with it. Doesn't like that. But augment here, it just simply means that it is taking here, this is the good explanation of it. The app needs to store custom data on a platform table, example, adding a field to incident, right? So very similar to what we are doing, adding a field to the RM story table. And that is when it calls up this resource, and you are augmenting, so to speak, the table. So that was a good thing to see. Then it selected the column, etc. And now at this point, it knows that, okay, I have to work on the RM story table, and this is what I have to do. So first step is complete. Then it created a Fluent file. So this was interesting to me because I was wondering that if it is not a Fluent app, would it still need to do it? Because this is how it typically works. So that continues to happen. And it says it here, you can read this, import table choice column from the SDK. It is the RM story table, and the choice column label is built by Build Agent. Choices are yes or no. So it's writing the Fluent file and then building and deploying the change. So it built and installed. It gave me a summary saying that, build by Build Agent file has been successfully added. And here is what it did, which is the label type options, etc. And then the global checkpoint is interesting because later on I was thinking about this is If you have a Fluent app, you are just working with the SDK and it's source control based, so you're just deploying to Git. But here you may still need update sets. And what this global checkpoint is an update set. And you can review this update set, pull the files that you need to promote to the higher instance. And then if that is your path to deployment, you can still use that. And that's very important, because what use is it to write code if you cannot deploy it? So that still exists. And of course, the net result of that was the addition of this field. And of course, this was not here first when I opened the form, because I still had to go to the configure layout and add this form to the active view, which I think might be a nice enhancement for Build Agent, that, oh, user is asking to add a form, probably they want to see it, and where do they want to see it? So anyway, I think that's probably a trivial thing for future. But I was very impressed with this, and at least one or two people that I've spoken are using it quite extensively, and they have also written skills for it. So there is a lot to explore in this. It's a big feature unlock, and for anyone who has access to this and wants to play with it, I highly recommend it. I think this will be the way to go in the future with ServiceNow development. So just wanted to share that in a quick video. Thanks all for watching as always.